This is the worst case of a betrayal of a friend I have ever heard of. And I am going to put a trigger warning for extreme torture. This is 30-year-old Jennifer Daugherty from Pennsylvania. Now, Jennifer's family described her as very bright and bubbly and happy. She was also mentally disabled, and she had the capacity of about a 4-year-old, which unfortunately made her very trusting of people. Now, February 11th of 2010, Jennifer was invited for a sleepover at Peggy's house. Her friend Angela had invited her, and they had been friends for several years at this point. Jennifer's dad dropped her off at a bus station so she could take the bus to Peggy's house. But once Jennifer walked through the door of Peggy's apartment, things turned bad very quick. Once Jennifer walked through the door, she was very quickly attacked by these 6 people: Robert, Ricky, Melvin, Amber, Peggy, and her friend Angela. And Jennifer was good friends with Angela, but only acquaintances with the rest. From that point on, Jennifer went through 36 hours of torture. Peggy and Angela took turns beating Jennifer with a towel rod and a crutch. They also made her drink nail polish, cooking oil, laundry detergent, and even urine. They also shaved her head and painted her face with nail polish. They also stole all of her belongings in her purse. And during this 36-hour ordeal, Jennifer was tied and handcuffed with Christmas lights. And Melvin Knight up here on the top sexually assaulted Jennifer while Amber and Peggy beat her. Now, after hours and hours of torture, they gave Jennifer sleeping pills and antibiotics. Now, while Jennifer was sleeping, all 6 of these pieces of work took a vote to actually kill her instead of releasing her so she wouldn't go and tell anybody what happened. So they decided their next step was to force Jennifer to write a fake suicide note. Afterwards, Melvin decided to begin to stab her in the chest. Ricky then joined in and cut her wrists. Then Ricky and Melvin, both together, strangled her to death with Christmas lights. Once Jennifer was dead, they tied her body up in Christmas decor, put her in a trash can, and then dumped her body in a school parking lot. Shortly after, a truck driver comes across Jennifer's body and immediately calls police. And police immediately take all 6 of them into custody. During trial, they find out that Angela lured Jennifer to the apartment because she was jealous that Jennifer wanted a relationship with her boyfriend Ricky. They are all found guilty. Angela is sentenced to life with no parole. Ricky is sentenced to death row. Amber gets 40 to 80 years. Peggy gets 35 to 74 years. Robert gets 30 to 70 years. And Melvin also gets death row. Jennifer was truly a bright soul, and I hope they all rot in prison.